School of Education, Bachelor of Education, 2023 Orientation Program for Foundation Phase students. Welcome to the School of Education. This orientation is targeted at our Foundation Phase students from Year 1 to Year 4. I am Professor Ash Singh Pillay, the academic leader of the B.Ed program. Allow me to introduce you to the teaching and learning team for this particular phase. The academic leader of teaching and learning is Dr. Samuel Kumalo, and her email address is reflected on this slide. The Foundation Phase coordinator is Dr. Margie Cortias. Her email address is also reflected on this slide. The B.Ed structure for the Foundation Phase is as follows. The duration of the degree is 4 years, that is, a minimum of 8 semesters. This means that you cannot complete the degree before 8 semesters is over. To graduate, you need to meet the minimum credit requirements for your phase, which is 512, and satisfy the curriculum requirements for the Foundation Phase as per the College of Humanities Handbook. Kindly note, the Foundation Phase program is offered as follows. isiZulu as home language, which means English will be your first additional language, or the other option is English is the home language and isiZulu is the first additional language. There are certain core or compulsory modules within the B.Ed program across all phases, and the compulsory modules for the Foundation Phase are the 6 education study modules. These are listed below with the module code next to them. Teaching practice, you have 4 compulsory modules. Kindly note the order in which the modules have to be completed. English education, language learning and teaching in education is a compulsory module, which all students do. And in the Foundation Phase, to meet the language requirements of the Mr. Tech policy, South African Sign Language is offered and the module code is listed. Students will also have to show competence in computer literacy. This is a 0 credit module. If a student can provide proof of competence, they will be granted exemption without credits. So, some of the important points to remember is for you to realize, are you doing English as a home language, which means that isiZulu would be a FAL, or are you opting or are doing isiZulu as a home language, which means that English is your first additional language. To meet the requirements for English as a home language, I have listed that you need to do 3 content and 2 method modules. And if isiZulu is your FAL, you would do 2 content and 1 method module. And these are listed with the codes alongside it. If you're doing isiZulu as a home language, you would do 3 content and 2 methods. And this means that English would be a FAL for you, and you would do 2 content and 1 method module. And I've listed the modules. It is absolutely important for you to register for the correct module if you want to be degree complete. You cannot in 1 year choose a module where English is your home language and the subsequent year isiZulu becomes your home language. If English is your home language, it would be your home language from year 1 to year 4, and you would choose the correct modules as listed on the slide. This slide represents or depicts the modules that you would do from year 1 to year 4, from semester 1 to semester 2. This shows the modules you would do if isiZulu is your home language with English as your FAL. And in both instances, you should have 512 credits. If you choose your modules correctly, follow the grid, you will not overcredit. So what are the steps to follow if you're not in track? That means if you are not a first-year student, but you are in your second, third, or fourth year, what steps should you follow if you have missed or failed modules? So firstly, you must establish whether English is your home language or isiZulu is your home language, so you know which modules you ought to have done. Identify the modules that you have missed or failed. Look at the grids on slides 7 and 8 to assist you. You also need to note your academic standing. Is it good? Are you at risk? Are you on probation? Because these academic standings will determine the number of modules you can register for. So if you have identified the modules you have missed or failed, try and register them in the correct semester that they are offered. Note that the maximum limit of credits for semester 1 of year 4 is 80, and the credit limit for semester 2 of year 4 is 96, and it's not negotiable. Always remember, help is just an email away. If you have queries pertaining to curriculum audits, credit audits, then you contact the ADOs. We have 2 exceptionally good academic development officers, Pakamile Mazabuko, whose email address is alongside her name, and Andile Mbele. Her email address is also alongside her name. If you have administrative queries or administrative issues, then you need to get in touch with the principal administrative officer or the module administrator. Now, the principal administrative officer is Mrs. Bongi Bengu. Her email is on the slide. And if you have any other queries concerning your assessments, missing marks, incorrect marking of assessments, etc., or you not being able to complete the assessment timelessly for whatever reason, the person you contact or you email is Dr. Maki Korchias, and her email address is there. I want to wish you well with your registration and with your studies for 2023. All the very best to you.